You know what? As a matter of fact, let's just tell them. What's up, man? My name is Malachi Jarrett.
And my name is Kemuel Coxon. Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible way to end off the Inter-High School Boys Basketball Championship season. A special shout out to Clement Howell Eagles. They have been the champions, the reigning champions for the second consecutive year in a row. Special shout out again to Coach Harvey and Coach Grant. You know, they've been putting in the work for their team throughout the entire season, and now you've reaped the rewards, brother. Your team is now the champions.
And to celebrate that, we're having the second annual Royal Cup All-Star Basketball Game. I'm Team West, and team.
I'm representing Team East, but Malachi, I have a question.
What's up?
What's your reason for picking Team West? I'm curious.
How could you not pick Team West?
Explain.
Okay, I'm not gonna pick favorites, and I'm not gonna bounce on too many, teams. But like, you got Clement Howell.
Oh wow! So like, Clement Howell is the champions.
The champions, exactly.
I'm not gonna discredit that.
Hold on. But in addition, we got their coaches.
Okay.
Right? We got other players just to change up the dynamic, like Allison. We got guys like Sammy and Aiden to complement them. We got guys like Saul, who's an up-and-coming star. I mean, like, we have a really good team, but like, you have a good team too, I guess.
You mentioned Clement coaches. Do you think that they'll be able to implement Clement's style of aggressive pressing and stuff, even if they don't use that? But do you think that they'll be able to manage effectively all of those players from the different schools? As well as probably Omari would from Granter?
With such little time that we have, I honestly believe that it can be done depending on the players' determination and drive.
Because if you look at the East, our side, it's practically more balanced than the West, if you ask me. We have two guys, Kyle and Marco, coming from Sulcagus. We have the two boys from HJ to complement them, Onai and Chifton, very good ballers. And we also have guys from Wesley Methodist, yes, I'm gonna say it, Potensky and Goodland. And Potensky actually won the award for the most rebounds and blocks for the season. Am I right?
Yeah, he did great that last game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give you all your flowers, but at the same time, Team West is
if
gonna
you
win.
ask me, the team looks pretty balanced to me.
Your team is balanced.
Oh,
But-
how can I forget? We also have the little man from Long Bay, Drippy, and Mr. Mizik from Alpha Christian Academy, Malachi.
Of course, but at the same time, I feel like the tradition and the style that Clement has integrated within their team is going to be passed along. That knowledge is going to be passed along straight to the players, and I think it's going to disperse and it's going to create a balanced team.
So
as you
basically,
speak of.
what you're saying is that the players that Coach Grant and Coach Harvey have on their team now, that they will be able to implement their style with no pressure, no issue.
No, there will be issues. There will be hurdles, and like every team, right? It takes time to get to a position that Clem is in. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So of course, there's going to be little hurdles and obstacles, like their endurance or like their speed. But I feel like
there's issues that
I don't feel it. I know that there'll be issues, but with Clement and their drive, I feel like it'll disperse on to the other players. And not only Clement. Wait, hold on.
You
Not only
speak about Clement Howell a lot.
Not only Clement. That's what I was about to say. We got Allison and Sammy. These two guys apply pressure, right? I look at Allison. He has a very captain-like mentality.
How would you describe those two players going up against Potensky?
Who?
And Clifton?
Who, to be exact?
Sammy and Allison, because they're going up against some stiff defense.
Going against
really
Kiki.
Look at it. Both Kiki and Clifton.
See, that's the competition
And
right
Kyle.
there.
Kyle is a monster on defense. So how would you describe those two?
You talk about Kyle like he's like Draymond Green knocking people out.
I mean, when he's hot, you can't really take it from him.
Listen. Your team is balanced. My team is just, I know my team is good.
If you ask me, our team is almost ready for anything. Because we have guys that that is basically all rounders, if you ask me.
I'm gonna get real strategic with, right? We got Emmer, known for steals, known for getting rebounds.
Yes.
Right? We got guys like Sammy, who's good in the paint. Right? We got guys like Allison.
Wouldn't Kyle be able to stop him?
I'm not saying that.
Wouldn't Potensky be able to stop him?
I'm not saying that he won't be able to. I'm just saying that my team is gonna create more
And what about
pressure.
while those two are putting pressure on the defensive end, what about the other players putting pressure on the offensive side on the balls? For example,
Your team?
scorers like Onai, scorers like Drippy and Malachi.
Listen,
That team is gonna have a problem stopping all of those
Listen.
ballers, don't you think?
listen. Your guys are young, and my guys are young too. See, I like to really do my research. I was listening over to the radio and I heard the coaches, right? And not to just go back on Clement, but as they are the champion team. These guys are young and they'll be able to go up against guys in the Bahamas who are 18. These guys, our players here from Clement are like 15 to 17. Guys in the Bahamas are 18 up.
That's good. I mean, you're not wrong,
So,
but I think you're forgetting.
These are the.
I think you're forgetting that Clement Howell has only 3 guys from that team.
I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the coaches.
Okay.
The coaches will be able to.
But at the end of the day, it's gonna be the players
Man, listen.
that decide the outcome of the
The
game.
coaches are going to be able to help divert their players in which direction to go in. Right?
So you don't have
and if they
faith-
go up against guys in the
So
Bahamas, you don't think they can handle guys here?
So question, you don't have faith in Omadi
Now listen,
from Grenter?
listen.
You don't think that he'll be able to use the players that he
Listen.
has?
It's 2 against 1. It's 2 coaches against 1. Both
They're
these coaches have been in the game longer,
Okay.
way longer, and they've gone up against way more harsh competition than Grand Turk. It is what it is. Team West is gonna win.
So I disagree. I'll have to disagree on that. I think Team East is gonna win. I think we have a more balanced roster. But ladies and gentlemen, do you think it's gonna be Team East taking over the All-Star game, or you think it's gonna be Team West? I think it's gonna be team balance, bro.
Listen, let us know what you think in the comment section.